With that, let's bring in Andy McCarthy, former assistant U.S. attorney and Fox News contributor, and Terry Irvine, former counselor to Attorney General Rachel. Both of you with us.
Hi guys, welcome back to XCOM 2. Just let me load it up here.
About justice for Hunter Biden when he, took a pass on this for quite some time and sort of threw his hands up on the tax side, said, sorry guys, to the whistleblowers from the IRS. This is about my favorite, basically, not that I do about it. What do you think about Weissman now when you watch this? And what do you think?
Okay. Rescue the VIP from admin cell.
This is about lying and illegal possession that Hunter engaged in. What he conveniently leaves out is that all happened in 2018. And David Weiss sat on his hands for nearly 5 years and tried to make the case disappear. He didn't even want to do the sweetheart plea deal, Martha. They actually tried to get rid of this case without any of that. And it was only because the whistleblowers came forward and brought attention to this that we ended up with them trying to get past a federal judge a cockamamie deal that fell apart after she asked just a few rudimentary questions.
Yeah. This is Andrew Weissman, former top prosecutor for Robert Mueller in the Russia investigation. And also you're going to hear from Chuck Todd here as well after the verdict. Watch.
You have a president of the United States who is living embodiment of the rule of law, even with respect to his only living son.
There's not many countries in the world where the son or daughter of said country would get prosecuted in their judicial system.
I mean, the first thing that they tried was to, say that the laptop was Russian disinformation. And then that failed. Then they tried the plea deal, and that fell apart. So I guess after all of those attempts to make this go away, now we're talking about him as a perfect symbol of the rule of law, Carrie Kupak. What do you think?
Yeah, especially if you talk Todd about this wouldn't happen in other countries. And, we've been hearing for weeks, months, years, no one is above the law. So I'm not sure how that plays into his comments right there. But, what I'm thinking about right now is Joe Biden is going home tonight to Wilmington, to Delaware, to spend time with Hunter. And I can't help but wonder if the tax case comes up, the one that's scheduled to go to trial in September. That is far more serious than this gun case and has implications for Joe Biden and the amount of salacious details that could be revealed. For instance, in this case, addiction can be sympathetic. There's a lot of chatter about that. But you're not paying your taxes because you're spending money on prostitutes, on drugs, on, really lifestyles and the rich and famous kind of life. I don't think that's sympathetic. And so I wonder if there's going to be discussions even tonight about a plea, something that Hunter should understand.
We're not doing this again. One of those conversations, right? We're going to go away this time. It may be that the source of some of that. I find this jury so interesting. Reading through their background, a number of them had people in their own families who owned guns, people in their own families who had addiction issues. They do much was said about this Delaware environment and how violent it is. But it strikes me that maybe people who have understood up close in their own families, which many people have, understand when they're hearing stories that are being made up because they've been through that in their own family. They know what all of this sounds like. I wonder if that was a factor here, Andy.
Yeah, I think it was, Martha. And, when we all say that we believe in the system, part of the system is that you vet the jury in the voir dire process to make sure that you have 12 law-abiding people from the community who can tune out or leave their baggage at the door and tune out the noise and decide the case based on the facts that they hear in court and the instructions that the judge gives. And I think this jury obviously did that. The evidence was the jury charge appropriately led to a guilty verdict seamlessly, not because the judge was putting her thumb on the scale, but because of the daunting nature of the evidence. And in a lot of cases, Martha, you get crying spouses and children and parents and all that stuff who evoke a lot of sympathy from the jury. But that's a common thing that happens in prosecutors. Jurors, judges, and everyone else in the system have to put their heads down and do their job, but most of the time the evidence is what prevails.
Now, and with regard, Terry, to the Biden impact, in Delaware, and all of them sitting in the front row, and this
Whoa.
jury put that aside. I don't think we should discount the fact that maybe some of them don't have great feelings about
That looks nasty.
Institution in Delaware, because they've all been close to it over all these years as well.
Right. When I walked out of the courthouse yesterday, there was a couple standing there, and they held a sign. The sign said that Hunter Biden should go to jail. But this is the key part of their sign. They said, because it happens every day in Delaware. And so what I was wondering, looking at the jurors, I'm thinking, okay, a lot of them apparently have been touched by addiction in some way, which is sad, but that would maybe also mean that they've seen the consequences for actions taken.
One away. Come on, man.
And, their brother or their
Should have been dead meat.
were punished, by law enforcement. And so I could see a situation where they're sitting there and the Biden family is, basically staring them down throughout this whole process and thinking, like, wait a second, I can feel bad for the guy, but I know exactly how this should play out because I've seen it happen in my hometown.
Yeah. And all of this could have happened 5 years ago. They could have just based the music on this whole thing back then. And it would have been obviously much less of a big deal and not as close to the election. So we don't look to be a flag on the wall for the conversation with the family. As I heard you say earlier, Carrie, so we'll see what we learn in time. Overall, that. Andy, thank you. Terry, thank you. Great coverage. We'll be all day today. Thank you so much. So our big coverage of this continues with former DOJ prosecutor Jim Trusty later this hour.
Choosing a treatment for chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about LWOTC. LWOTC prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine.
Oh, that just happened.
Migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscular nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how Patty could help you save on Botox.
Home. Something to be proud of. Home. Safe. Worthy of protection. Family. Home. I was deployed to Afghanistan. I was on patrol March 26, 2010. During a dispatch patrol, I happened to step in the wrong spot and took a sniper round into the chest. This is the date I was hit. I lost my legs almost immediately. I lost my left hand and both my legs above the knee. My arm was gone, so I closed my eyes, thinking to myself, if I just keep breathing, I will make it home to my wife. I just want to serve my country every day. Still a guy from the beginning of life. It was hard having everybody change their lifestyle to take care of me. Typical home doesn't feel like company. They have to carry my chair up the stairs. The hardest thing in my life is to have to call and hail my children and pick me off the bathroom floor. Where you go?
There are over 1,000 families that need our help. Countless towers honoring those heroes that risk their lives are divided as a history.
Is on the waiting list to have them built. It's going to be amazing. The smart home technology, it makes my life a whole lot easier. And it's 100% accessible. It's built to fit my needs. For me to be independent is just amazing. Being able to just take care of myself as an individual. This home will allow me to be self-sufficient. It'll help me live my life. It gives me back some of my dignity for who I used to be. There is a waiting list for houses. This is the waiting list. There are a lot of people on that list. There are a lot of guys like me out there. Maybe too many. It gives you back your dignity, your pride, your self-perseverance. Thanks to tons of dollars, I'm going to have all these great gifts back to you. Food, personal, safety, dignity, family, independence, confidence. It's an American dream, isn't it? Home.
I'd like to ask you to contribute $11 a month to support their efforts. Please visit ThomasTower.com.
My brain has mechanical problems. I'm going to do
Breakfast was delicious as always. Having a chauffeur car by the side keep me on schedule. Yeah. Simply pick a plane and the benefits destination.
And any taxis around, I'm ready for my meeting.
Do we have a deal? This trip to meetings today. Pack it and don't miss out on the most important moments of your life. For a complimentary flight.
Hamas and Hezbollah flags flying at a protest here in New York City outside an exhibit honoring hundreds of people killed at the Nova Music Festival in Israel on October 7th. Some of these signs said some horrific things about the events that happened there and what was done to some of those individuals. They held a banner that said, "Long live October 7th." And take a look at this. From Washington over the weekend, protesters are holding a mask of President Biden covered in blood. National correspondent Brian Yennis reporting live on the latest on all of this from New York City. Hi, Brian.
Martha, good afternoon. Well, last night's protest began actually here in Union Square with anti-Israel protesters clashing with pro-Israel supporters before things shifted downtown to Wall Street, outside of a building housing that exhibit honoring the 364 people Hamas murdered at the Nova Music Festival on October 7th. Now, protesters there set off flares and smoke bombs. Terrorist sympathizers waved flags from the terrorist organizations Hezbollah and Hamas. The crowd cheered at chants calling for an intifada, which is largely understood to be a call for violence against Jews. Listen to it for yourself. Earlier, protesters burned a banner that read "Long live October 7th." Afterwards, the anti-Israel protesters swarmed the city's subway system, chanting and vandalizing subway cars with graffiti. NYPD officers with riot gear were actually seen riding inside the subway cars alongside those protesters. Earlier today, Democratic Mayor Eric Adams visited that exhibit in downtown in defiance of the anti-Israel protesters, and he had this to say about the protests last night.
I thought it was despicable. It was disgusting what we saw. And you cannot call for peace while you're celebrating what happened on October 2nd.
Last hour, pro-Palestinian protesters even interrupting President Biden's speech on guns. The president and his campaign continue to be dogged by these protesters at these events, by progressives who are demanding an immediate ceasefire and for the U.S. to pull all military aid. And finally, back down here in Union Square, Martha, there is a video circling on social media purportedly showing a man who is telling these pro-Israel protesters that he wished Hitler was still here to wipe them all out. A quote from him. Just a sense of how violent this was yesterday. Martha.
Indeed. Brian, thank you very much. So President Biden now up against the potential of his son possibly going to jail, and polling watchers who say that there is still time for him to drop out. Mark Thiessen and Marie Harf on that, and who voters want as Trump's running mate. The VP talk heats up.
This is an election year unlike any other. Confirmed.
Watch News Source and stay with us. The candidates are ready.
Okay then.
Americans across the country
Are ready.
And so are we.
Democracy 24.
Your freedom.
Fox News.
America is watching.
Want to save money and get cash? For veteran homeowners, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. All today and apply. 2. Take out an average of $70,000. 3. Pay off your credit card.
Call 1-888-985-1371.
All these games under their TV and no satellite on the move. Think about this. Blue Jays, Cardinals, Orioles. What's missing?
The Indian Continent.
No one, Ray. Pigeons. They know the name of King of the song.
You can feel they're not very athletic.
The darkness of bipolar depression made me feel like I was losing interest in the things I loved. And I found a chance to light in the night. Discover Capilita. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Capilita is proven to deliver significant symptom relief from both bipolar 1 and 2 depression. Clinical trials, so it's a weight gain or not common.
Capilita can cause serious side effects. Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or suicide. Capilita is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Report fever, confusion, or stiff muscles, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. Common side effects include sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, and dry mouth. These are all the side effects.
In the darkness of bipolar 1 and 2 depression, Capilita can help you let in the light. Ask your doctor about Capilita. Find savings and support at Capilita.com.
Well, I got injured very bad. I was off work for about a year. I heard about a relief factor from my wife. I took it every day, 3 times a day, for 3 weeks. Looked at her and I said, the pain is gone. And she said, I'm glad it helped. I said, no, you don't understand. It's gone.
You too can feel better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Call or go online now and get 35% off your first order.
It's only a matter of time until your check engine light comes on, or worse yet, your car needs repair. That could mean a big surprise auto repair bill. Those repairs are more expensive than ever. A new engine can be over $5,000. A new transmission over $4,000. That's why it's so important to call CarShield today. CarShield is the #1 auto protection company in the country.
I like CarShield because they were reliable, they were affordable, and they were trustworthy.
I think everybody should have CarShield. Once your manufacturer's warranty is expired, there's just no big deal. We needed repairs. CarShield was there for us.
Now it's your turn to get the peace of mind that comes with having CarShield, so you can worry less about auto repairs. Call or go online right now to get CarShield for yourself. Friendly, knowledgeable, money-saving representatives are available 24 hours a day. So if your car is 20 years old or newer, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck to get an instant plan quote. In a matter of minutes, you can be covered.
I was elated that I had CarShield. I'm more than happy.
There's no fun when you have a car that's broken and you can't pay for it to get fixed.
Here's how CarShield works. Your car needs repair. Take it to your favorite mechanic or even your dealer, and CarShield gets them paid directly. That's why CarShield is America's #1 auto protection provider.
CarShield is just the best thing to take away the fear that something is going to go wrong with your car, because it will. And CarShield is going to be there to back you up. My experience with CarShield is that they absolutely come through every time I need it.
If my car breaks down, I can count on CarShield to cover for me. CarShield definitely has my back.
Now it's the time to make a smart choice and protect yourself from sky-high auto repair bills. Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. It's only a matter of time until repairs are needed. And once your car breaks down, it's too late. Call 1-800-908-6039 or go to CarShield.com to cover today.
So right about now, President Biden is heading to Delaware after his son Hunter's conviction this afternoon on all 3 of the gun charges that he was indicted on. So meanwhile, the president is also facing some very tough political language about whether or not it might be not too late for him to quit the race for the White House. Well-known pollster, very closely followed, Nate Silver, founder of the election forecasting website 538, posted this today. Quote, Biden just hit a new all-time low in approval. Dropping out would be a big risk, but there's some threshold below which continuing to run is a bigger risk. Are we there yet? I don't know, but it's more than fair to ask. Now, according to Gallup, President Biden's approval rating at this point in the first term is lower than any president in the last 70 years except Jimmy Carter. And it's a couple of points behind George H.W. Bush, both of whom lost when they ran for a second term. So let's bring in Mark Thiessen, former chief speechwriter for President George W. Bush, now an American Enterprise Institute senior fellow, Washington Post columnist, and a Fox News contributor. And Marie Hart, former State Department spokesperson under President Obama, both, as I said, are Fox News contributors. Marie, let me start with you. Nate Silver also says this. What's clearer, in my opinion, is that Democrats would have been better served if Biden had decided a year ago not to seek a second term, which would have allowed them some semblance of a primary process and give voters a say among many popular Democrats across the country. So what would you say to Nate Silver if you were talking to him this afternoon?
Well, look, if either party had made different decisions, we would be having a very different conversation today. But what I will say is that 538, Nate Silver's polling behemoth that he founded, today came out with their predictions for this upcoming presidential election and said that Joe Biden is actually more likely to win by a very slim margin, 53 to 47, but still said that because of the fundamentals and some of the swing state polling, he has a better chance. So nobody's dropping out. And I would rather be the Biden team when it comes to the polling because...
Getting some kind of interference up here. Seems to be hitting us across the board.
Working on it.
Something triggered your remote uplink. But how is that possible? No one knows these systems.
Shit. Power readings just spiked. What the hell is going on down there? I'm too old to start believing in ghosts, which means someone had to access that unit remotely. If they can access Rover, there's no telling what else they might be able to do. I strongly suggest we make investigating that signal our top priority. I did my best to get the new recruits ready for what they're going up against, but having the commander back is a bigger confidence boost than any speech.
Because voters do have questions, and I think that when Joe Biden goes out on June 27th,
time for the max.
to be president shows Joe Biden's on top of the subject. He talks about policies, which the policies, by the way, themselves, many of them are very popular. That hasn't translated into approval ratings yet. That's the job the Biden campaign has to do.
Well, I know that the Trump team made the ACT funding permanent, which is something that I know resonated with Black voters quite a bit. But Mark, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to respond here.
Holy shit. And another one. No, because I don't know where. I need to fix the prime with good people for this one.
I think those people will really start deciding what they're going to do. great TV book. So reportedly makes multiple arrests of the immigrants that tied to ISIS.
I know that this person you don't have to go out there. Our troops are more than capable of
Let's try.
lock and load.
Steel tools are as tough and dependable as the people who use them. This Mother's Day, is too prepared. Right now, see $3 of this real steel. This too credit, business owner, business personal. Every shot, chance to grow. But as time comes, this too credit helps you get money to expand your business. Our easy and convenient process makes it simple to take the next step on your journey. When a business is ready to grow, this too credit makes it possible. This too credit. Okay, what's next? Attention for and negotiation. If your legal work begins, it's 30 days from August 1953 to December 1987. Had you been diagnosed with cancer, neurobehavioral medical defects, or been diagnosed with congenital issues, significant compensation. Legal injury advocates now. The process your administration will before the August 10th, 2023 board, and it can prove that the number of demolition paragraphs series was extremely devastating. Toxic chemicals. Legal injury advocates have extensive experience helping you get a maximum compensation. Act now before it's too late. You're not alone in this fight, and there are no upfront costs to legal injury justice. The law is completely free. We're available 24 hours a day. Call legal injury advocates to discuss the case now.
Call legal injury advocates at 1-800-885-5599. That's 1-800-885-5599. 1-800-885-5599. Call now.
Online live on your world. From the presidential race to the balance of power and the economic impact of it all, the former House Speaker discusses exclusively with you today.
Hey, what's going on for movie night? Hey, you just took the draft.
The program helped me a lot because I met other kids who were going through the same struggles as me. So I was able to relate and find somewhere where I could fit in. Thanks to the support of United Way, I'm able to achieve my dreams and become a doctor.
We're just getting early elements of this story. The feds reportedly arresting 6 Russian suspects who believe are linked tied to the offshoot of ISIS. It happened the past week in New York, Philadelphia, and LA, according to reporting from New York Post. Now, one of the suspects was reportedly caught on wiretap speaking about bombs. With that, we bring Tom Homan, former acting director of immigration and customs enforcement. enforcement, now a Fox News contributor. Tom, as I said, the details are kind of sketchy so far on this. This is reporting from their Post. What's your reaction to it initially?
Well, it's sketchy. It's going to be sketchy for a little while. It's still pulling information from the case file. Well, my sources were pretty good sources. They never let me down. And verified this story is pretty much accurate. There was some confusion if the nationals from Russia or Russia and a neighboring country. That's still being worked out. But I can tell you this, my sources say that only one is on the West Coast. Almost all of them for the rest of the New York area. This is very concerning.
I guess. Good boy.
I try to say at least one was crossed the border of the Greece and this administration. Eight others, that is complicated.
We know that we've had people coming in from Iran, from China, from the Middle East, through the southern border. It seems like the only people who are getting turned back right now are the people who are coming from southern America. More typically, obviously, those who are crossing the border. But, I'm curious about this because there have been a number of stories lately about sabotage efforts in Russia, potentially in Europe, I should say, mostly targeted at people who are supporting Ukraine in the war. And those efforts have been plots that they uncovered on railways, hacking, jamming systems for transportation, a fire that happened in a shopping mall. So, do you have any concerns that these things might be related to the war in Ukraine and that Russia may be seeking to attack us here at home?
I absolutely think it's related, but here's the truth. Russian nationals being against us. I mean, these numbers are unprecedented.
Let me add this first.
The scariest thing, Nikki, I've been screwing on this national security for 3 years. The scariest thing, we've got nearly 2 million down here. 2 million people paying more to get away and not take advantage of the free giveaways, the free airline ticket, the free hotel, the free meals, the free medical care. Why are 2 million people paying more to get away? That's the scariest thing.
It's a great question. What level of confidence do you have that our domestic intelligence officials are seeking these people out, that they're trying to find them, trying to look up these plots?
Automatic defense system. Take them down before they alert anyone else to our presence.
Sometimes the betting ain't bad. Sometimes there's no information. Most terrorists in the world, we don't know who the hell they are. And when they say they bet them at the border, they only bet them to get information available to us. Do you think Russia is sharing national security information on any of their nationals from Russia? So we don't know who these people really are. So the intelligence community does a great job. But can they find these people? They don't know who they are. That might be.
It's astonishing that there aren't more pressing questions to the president about these people, about what his administration doing to find them now that the door has been opened and all of them have come in. Tom, I want to thank you for coming on.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you.
Things have seen better days. We're cutting right through that.
Alvin Bragg agrees to face congressional investigators about 34 counts brought against former President Trump in New York, as the DOJ denies that it had any connection to the case in New York. Former Trump attorney and DOJ prosecutor Jim Trusty gives us his take next.
The Fed is printing money like crazy. Debt is rising by the trillions. Is there a way to profit from this madness? What do these experts say?
The momentum you press to let your dollar before, but that's why you're on gold in their portfolio. Even Bank of America says $3,000 gold is entirely possible.
Silver still has a bigger run coming up.
Gold full stops. And silver gold.
Experts agree. Massive money printing and rising debt could send gold and silver prices much higher. How high? Find out. All for the experts' money printing report and gold and silver decision guide. See just how high gold and silver prices could go. I think gold and silver today. The report and guide are also adds how you can get $15,000 in bonus gold or silver. Call your Kendall now at 800-885-2000. 800-885-2000. 800-885-2000.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals, nutrients for immune health, and ensure complete with 30 grams of protein. When you show dogs at Westminster Dog Show as long as we have,
Joy health comes first.
and it starts with Cosapret. Get it all.
Joy health supplement of the Westminster Dog Show.
So we can usually offer our customers larger discounts and better financing from smaller companies.
Other window companies don't offer window and door installation method.
Our installers have installed windows are manufactured for specific window openings. This means if you have a beautiful trim that you like, you won't get this with most brands.
You offer a free window and patio door diagnosis.
We do. We'll come to your home and assess your current windows, show you where you might be losing, take measurements. Then we'll leave you with an exact price quote that's good for an entire year.
So you're not a high-pressure company.
My background is in home remodeling as a carpenter. I've seen every window problem. So now I just want to help homeowners make their homes more beautiful and comfortable with the right window.
And your patio doors are really gorgeous.
They are. And they're engineered to easily open and close for years. And with multiple locking points on our patio doors, they provide even greater security.
That is so great to hear, Michael. Thank you.
Before June 30th, buy one window, patio door, or extra 40% off. 40% off. With the purchase of one, plus save an extra $100 on your entire purchase. No monthly payments and no interest for 12 months. This offer is 30 for a free and one call 1-704-4200. That's 800-704-4200.
And I have the pride of being to testify at Capitol Hill a month from tomorrow, which just happens to be the day after former President Trump's sentencing, which is July the 11th. He says he did nothing wrong. He factual accused conviction for falsifying business records here in New York. Now, one of the prosecutors in the case, Matthew Colangelo, also agreed to testify on the Hill. He left a very high-ranking position at the Department of Justice, acted as Ryan's engaged in New York to work alongside Brad. House Republicans asking Attorney General Gorsuch about that move last week.
No problem dispatching Matthew Colangelo.
I did not dispatch Mr. Colangelo anywhere. I assume
They want to hear from Bragg. They want to question him on the origin of this case, back and forth between dropping the case and picking the case up and having people resign and leave the office because he wasn't pursuing the case. What do you think about the Attorney General Garland? Does that ring true to you, given the fact that one of his deputies came to New York to sit in the front desk and give the open argument on this case?
I think the Attorney General is latching on to the word dispatch. I didn't dispatch anyone. Now, I happily saw the number 3 official go to New York where a long-dead rejected case revived itself literally 3 weeks after he became Bragg's right hand. I didn't dispatch anybody. So I'm not saying that there's necessarily some sort of conspiratorial activity here. It could be like-minded people with a weaponized criminal justice system that are happily falling into each other's embrace. But the bottom
because Colangelo, not Bragg, has a lot of interesting things to answer for. Why would you leave that number 3 post? And 3 weeks later, as a senior advisor, you're now leading the charge on this ridiculous case. So that's the person that I think more questions and answers are going to be most fascinating.
Here's what Michael Chair said in terms of whether or not he thinks Brian should go to DC and do this. Watch.
I knew your
This
father.
brother needs to stay behind home. He does not need to do this because all this is the biggest fucking move of the year. He's going to, if he shows up, those individuals on that committee are there for one purpose, and that is to hang politically.
But I am no mere thing.
He's overstating it. I mean, look, they're obviously concerned about the use of the criminal justice system to target somebody, to pre-select the target, and then to bend the law with inventive law infractions. I mean, this whole trial, nobody knew what the offense was or how you could felonize investigators until you got to the jury instructions. That's absurd. So yes, Bragg has a lot to answer for. It's a little bit of street theater when it's in front of Congress, and each side is kind of pretty cool. But there's a lot to answer for. It's not about politically hanging Bragg. It's for exposing what's happening in New York and Georgia and being justice in this singular instance of Donald Trump.
Now, do you think that this is a worthwhile pursuit from Congress, or do you think that these issues are really more for the appeal, for Trump's appeal in terms of how this whole thing was handled?
I don't think what Congress does is going to necessarily shed any light that's helpful on a legal front of the appeal. I do think it's helpful to sensitize the American public to how extraordinarily inventive prosecutors are being. And I think that's a Rubicon we shouldn't cross. It's going to be devastating for everyone over the long run. President Trump, and maybe it's not devastating. Maybe it's flipped on its head because it's so transparent. He's getting good poll numbers out of this stuff. But it's wrong. I've been around criminal justice for 35 years. I was a prosecutor for 27. I don't love criticizing prosecutors. It's not my instinct. But when I see something that's wrong, I'm glad anyone's paying attention to the unusualness of what they're doing, the lack of ethics in their structures, including bringing in special press announcing the facts that were not part of the indictment.
Yeah, well, we're going to be talking a lot about what happened on July 11th and the sentencing, which is going to be a very big moment in all of this. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much.
Nice fucking shot.
For today, Tuesday, June 11th. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
We've got that gentleman with us coming up on the phone, the book speaker of the House, with the Vice Presidential candidate, but he makes of today for government developments and the United States. Not saying a word about that later, but stick around. 1 hour ago, we're up on that and on this. Obviously, the big news is that Hunter Biden, under the gun, will be on all federal gun charges. And now the question is whether he is going to take him on charges. Again, all 3 convictions here. Possibility depends on the unlikely. It is out there. There is another fraud. Actually, happy to have you able to go look at the $3 million. We'll get down to that warehouse today.
Nice, buddy.
It was quick. It was quiet in the courtroom. When the verdict was read, the word guilty 3 times with a son of a sitting president just looking over. Things happened so quickly. After all, jurors only deliberated for 2 hours today and an hour yesterday. Things happened so quickly. The first lady was not even believing that the verdict was read. She was reading that one day last week where she was in France attending eating ceremonies with her mother. She rushed in the building to meet her father after the verdict was read. Sister Valerie Biden did not even have courts. She was in the hallway after the verdict was read. The entire case was just this one page that Hunter Biden filled out off I-80 2018 judicial secrets. They say that he's guilty. Now a convicted felon found guilty on these 3 felonies when he said no on a box saying he was not addicted to drugs.
But as with all things for pain,
this is a video outside of the started box, giving some security and police to tell me that he was walked into his SUV and he was spotted out of lunch with his family. the
Nice.
even after the verdict did not go his way. He put out a statement, though. I want to read it. In part, he says, I am grateful today for the love and support I experienced this last week. Excuse me. Family, friends, and my community, but I am disappointed by the outcome. He continues, recovery is possible by the grace of God, and I blessed to experience that gift one day at a time. It was relatively simple to see 2 hours today. Juror number 10, my colleague Jake Gibson, says,
But I was short-sighted. And I failed to rid myself of my confidence. I doomed myself to this facility. I then severed my ties to their network. We are cut off. There was but one option left.
Ready to enter a plea deal with Hunter Biden inside this very courthouse behind me less than 1 year ago today. One in court today, he said this was very simple. It was about lying and breaking the watch.
Ultimately, this case was not just about the victim. This case was about the illegal choices defendant made following a
Trippy.
conviction. It was these choices and the combination of guns and drugs that made his conduct dangerous.
They see David Weiss in 4 months in October. That's when sentencing is expected to happen here. We don't have a specific date yet. Hunter could face up to 25 years behind bars, but he's not been convicted of a crime before, so it's unlikely you'll see anything close to that. And I want to point out David Weiss is still prosecuting Hunter on tax charges, felony tax charges in Los Angeles. That's expected to go to trial on September 5th, but it's always possible there could be some sort of plea deal worked out if Hunter's team wants it, which David and David Weiss is okay with that, to make sure that they don't have to go through a trial just 2 months before his dad is getting reelected, potentially, if he wins. If he wins. All right, David, thank you very much. Speaking of his dad, the President of the United States, didn't say a word about this when he was addressing the group months ago.
Power levels increasing all around you.
It never came up as a
Yes, it goes without saying that you are walking into
right
trap.
before the Speaker of the House, Circle 2019. He joins us right now, Mr. Speaker. Good to see you. Good to see you. Very well. But that's a little surprise. President with the President not even refer or mention this particular.
Yes, that would be that shot.
I don't think so. I think he just wanted to be sure it wasn't Justin Parker, his son. I mean, look, anybody's going these forms, it's pretty obvious. It says if you lie, you're committing a felony in this form. Everybody knows this. He did it. He lied. It was a pretty open shut case. I think that juror number 10 kind of got it right, which is no one's above the law. This was an open and shut case. You know, your successor of my process, the President, Speaker of the House, was asked about whether there is a 2-tier justice system on this. And this was from about an hour and a half ago. I'm sure they were speaking about it. We didn't say 2-tier system of justice was about the President decided it did.
Getting a much stronger read on the source of your father's transmission, Ellie. Almost as if you want us to find it.
Obviously,
Is there some sort of mute button on this thing?
Yeah, I think I was going to ride you. I recognize his voice. Same thing to me that way. Is that what walked through? Yeah, I do. Now, look, there's a lot of Trump cases. This one here in New York, I think, was a bogus case. Elvin Bragg ran for office saying, I'm going to get Trump, then he twisted a misdemeanor into a felony, and got 34 felony convictions of it. If his name was Donald Trump, though, I bet these charges would not have been against him. It probably would have been more gay, right? I think the other cases are serious with Trump. I think the federal cases are much more serious and much more legitimate cases. I think this was a totally bogus case. So yeah, I think unequal justice is applied in that particular Trump case. As I mentioned, anybody who's bought a gun, you fill out the form, that's just an open and shut case for Hunter Biden. So, but I do think this Bragg case was really bad. I'm not a Trump fan, but I think he was totally victimized by it. Really bogus. We have law. It's progressive. That don't justify me. But there is the novelty. This is the story of President of the Nation. And we're going to have the side of the president. Look at that. And I'm just wondering, thinking about in a country with 350 million people, this is the choice we have. I, like the majority of Americans, wish we had a different choice for the ones that none of them will be.
Time to get my Spock, motherfucker.
The week she was dropping out, she was 16 points on.
Love this thing.
12 points and she is now.
So cool, too.
My point is, it's going to be a very, very close race. I think they're terrible choices that we're being presented with. And that's just the pay that's what the primary voters selected, and I regret the fact that that's where we are.
All right, now I know a lot of these folks who also shared your same concerns about Donald Trump that sort of ever rallying around Donald Trump. You would have said, though, that would not be the case with you. You said that he's a populist and an authoritarian narcissist. That character is too important to me, and it's a job that requires the kind of character he just doesn't have.
That's pretty strong. Yeah, that's the way I feel. I agree with that. I don't support Biden either. I think his policies are terrible. I hate the fact that I feel like I had to write in a Republican like I did the last time in 2020. I voted for him in 2016, hoping that there was going to be a different kind of person in office. And I do think character is a really important issue. If you put yourself above the Constitution, as he has done,
It's all done your 6 times.
That's a part of it. I think it's a contribution of factors. I think it's just character at the end of the day. And the fact that if you're willing to put yourself above the Constitution, an oath you swear when you take office in federal office, whether it's president or member of Congress, you swear an oath to the Constitution. And if you're willing to support it to yourself, I think that makes you a good
Still a good president that he'll attempt doing that.
I think our institutions are pretty strong. I do think, you talking about all these court cases, this is just one more chapter or an episode in the deinstitutionalization of our society. In this case, the judicial branch. I do think our institutions are strong enough to endure this. We have a separation of powers. We have 3 separate political branches of government. We're chipping away at them, but they are still strong enough to withstand whatever's going to be thrown at it. January 6th is a good example. January 6th never had a chance of being successful because the institutions were too strong to have anything overturn that. So I don't think, given the legislative branch, the judicial branch, the executive branch, and the tension that they have, that we're gonna have anything that disables our democracy. There's a lot of hyperbolic talk about that, but I'm finding that stuff. I think these institutions are strong. I just don't like the way he makes decisions.
Sorry, well, he doesn't like you either. On the earlier comments, he posted this on Truth Social last month. Rupert Murdoch should fire this pathetic Ryan, call Ryan from the border plots. He said that Ryan is a loser, always has been, always will be. He was the weakest and most incompetent speaker of the House in its history. Fox will sink to the absolute bottom of the pack if Paul Ryan has anything to do with it. You do serve on our board of directors, so he's saying you shouldn't.
Yeah. Look, I got debt, taxes, and weird stuff from Donald Trump. These are the research things in my life. So to me, it's just another day in a life. Look, guilty to Trump is what Rhino is. Meaning, if you don't press guilty to this man, then you are a Rhino. It used to be a liberal Republican versus a conservative. I'm a conservative Republican. He's a populist. He's not a conservative. I want to see someone who has fidelity to principles. I would prefer a party that is based on principles, not personality or populism. This populism is untethered to principles, and that's why, I'm an anti-establishment Republican.
But you do remember when Donald Trump, so you're not being good, but to be fair, Donald Trump said of you not too long ago, when you were going to be leaving, that Speaker Paul Ryan is a truly good man. And while he will not be seeking re-election, you believe the legacy of achievement that nobody can question. We are with you for
I had no personal animus toward the man. I think he got railroaded in this New York case. I don't want to see him go to jail. I don't have any personal animus toward him. I just don't think he's president.
Saying stuff why do you keep saying stuff like this? Because it rattles it gets into saying stuff.
Can people like you ask me, I don't have any political vision for him. I'm not looking for him. I'm just answering the questions, true issues. What am I going to do when I run for president? I'm going to write some conservative Republican who's in office. I haven't selected the person yet. I don't know what we'll do.
Okay, but look at that. I just wonder about that because, as I said, many of your colleagues, many people you respect, former Attorney General Bill Barr, will also share your concern with Trump's temperament. When I spoke with him, Speaker, he was just resigned to the fact that he's the guy, he's better than the guy presently.
Yeah.
This is from Bill Barr.
it should be a fucking 50 overall, because that's the fact. You know, everyone wants to discuss it in absolute terms of numbers and pros and cons of individual. Fine, we can discuss the pros and cons of each individual. At the end of the day, this is a question of comparison. It's a question of a choice, a binary choice, and I don't think either should be near the Oval Office.
Sometimes I wonder if things we did like XCOM stay in the same mystery and defending against the aliens.
I understand the binary argument. I don't. It's just that simple. Okay. My confidence is as big as there does seem to be retribution in the air. We're not calling it retribution. A lot of people are criticizing Republicans for what they interpret as the system that did Donald Trump in the bad situation. This is what my confidence to say that it's not about retribution. We're doing Donald Trump. Alvin Bragg, by some estimates or early estimates, he received almost $1 million of federal taxpayer funds in the last year to do what? To have politicized prosecutions of political opponents. He ran on that in the previous of his election to get the defense. See where you're coming from. It's just a bit like that. You weaponize violence the same way. You say Democrats were weaponizing, DOJ, what they want. Just doing you a little bit of the entire house represented. No, there is a very clear distinction between what we are doing and what they have done in weaponizing the judicial system. Is there a difference? Yeah, I mean, he's talking about federal funding. Congress is in charge of federal funding. Congress is in charge of conducting oversight of how federal taxpayer funds are. Is there no guy that will speak to the same exact thing? I don't know all the facts that he hasn't covered. I didn't think he read about Bragg, which is this was a progressive and justified means prosecutor who ran on getting a guy who went, but they're going so far in part of these deals. I didn't know this, but I can understand this in European Congress. I always defend laws oversight over another branch of government. That is healthy. The tension that you have between three separate branches of government is important tension so that one doesn't abuse their power. And the power that covers the power of oversight is a power that Congress has and needs to maintain. And basically, you can not like it. Republicans don't like when the Democrats had Congress, and they do it to us as well. But the point is, the legislative branch has well within its rights the ability to conduct oversight over another branch. And you could survive the House in this environment right now with so much lack of all the speakers. Right now, you've got Kevin McCarthy. He's trying to make sure Nancy Pace isn't renominated Republican candidate for South Carolina presidential seat. He's pointed into proposals. In other words, he's advocating primary. I think Mike Johnson did a great job. Mike Johnson learned a key lesson early, which is if you really want to be good at that job, you should go out and get one of the losing jobs. And Mike did that. He put his job on the line to get things done, like getting money to Ukraine, to Israel, to Taiwan, and passing that stuff on, knowing that Marjorie Taylor Greene was going to do this. Now, McCarthy mentioned, when you have a one-seat marching, and anybody can go except for self-acting vice for paying for a fortune, as these nihilists have done, Nancy Mace and one of these people, you got to change the place. And that means I do support getting out the primaries to the legislators, going to Washington, and Congress, all the legislators, join the team, advance conservative. Well, that's what Donald Trump says when he primaries are proposed. So you can say he's cost us a lot of seats. I could probably spend some time with him. He cost us the Senate twice. He cost us the House because he is nominating. He is pushing through the primaries people who can't win general elections. That's not a good way to build a growth plan. Ever since 2016, but what's the difference? We've been losing that and losing everything. The point I'm trying to make is the point. We need legislators, not entertainers. So what Kevin, I assume, is doing here is making sure that we get legislators in these seats because the people who voted to oust him, they didn't deserve it. There's no reason to. They did it for fame. They did it to become famous. They're nihilists that are not there to legislate. They're to entertain.
So the more we can replace an entertainer with a legislator who wants to actually get things done, the healthier Congress as an institution is going to be, the stronger the Republican majority will be.
Are you disappointed about what's happening with the Senate? It's not as good as
It's coming. I mean, I had a 3-vote margin, right? So it really is basically saying these guys could do a better job with both hands. I'm rather behind their back, but I had both hands in front of me. So I'm very impressed with how Mike Johnson has handled this House recently. Kevin for bringing a very simple piece of legislation before to keep going longer than not control. Got to take it for that. That's because of this terrible low margin we have, this motion to pay for. One person can trigger a vote to oust the speaker. I think that should change. It makes the place uncomfortable and uncomfortable. And then when you have entertainers versus legislators in Congress, this is the outcome you want to have. So I do think it's better to get out of primaries people who are serious people who are there to actually legislate and make principles than to make controversial positions.
Assume what's going on populist. Something's in the air because a lot of the populists are picking up, and there is this incumbent evil in the world that he is going to walk up. So I want to get your take on that. How far this goes, what do you think you'll see in the Trump administration? Thanks for that. All right. All right, we have more on that, and also an update on the markets and the Federal Reserve two-day meeting that they wrap up tomorrow. Central says it might not be as good as they were hoping.
I need to reload. My troops here.
Lord, we was ours. We know we struggle.
Forces,
We know we're pushed. Help us get over the good.
I suppose in modern town decimated world, most of you probably don't even have a next of kin to notify. There's nothing you
Every day you make big decisions. You crack every crisis and tackle every task. But sometimes you need a little something more. At Bed Bath & Beyond, great deals on great home updates make every choice easier.
We will all still die.
So make being the commander-in-chief of your home a little less demanding. Shop now. BedBathAndBeyond.com.
Applications does trying to get that full experience of one-size package.
Shit.
When you're in third, search for over 5,000 claims. Hey, and you're on your way. Nothing better than you personalized option. A great vacation always starts with your flight experience.
You're running out of places to go, Willie.
So you can't put that back in the dishwasher.
Russian. Just ain't nothing doesn't come furnishing. I just straight load and go.
Keep that dishwasher.
In that dishwasher.
Only Clever Plus is active poured on to remove up to 100% of grease and food residue. Get the highest standard of clean, even in your machine.
Clean enough for you?
Yeah. Straight load, done. That's the Plus. Get the dish differently.
The smooth landing was nothing. And when you're listening to our stuff, you can see pictures of those. The scene was now
Firebrand's on approach now. Prep for evac.
No argument here. We're repositioning the landing pad.
You do realize I just threw you, right? Dispatching all units to your location. Try not to bleed from my design.
This way. This way is people who started here and inspire each other to do things the way they should be done. This way is technology. It goes the extra mile. Deliver your promises on time, every time. This way is why we're not going to national roads the Ontario Department. For us, this way is the right way, which is why it's the only way. So through it,
Guilty. After the verdict on gun charges, inside the possible sentence for the president's son. Inside an analysis on a game-based prime timeline of tonight.
The only thing in Canada situation is and learning language was very hard. Therefore, making friends was also very hard. The program helped me a lot because I met other kids who were going through the same struggles as me. So I was able to relate and find somewhere where I could fit in. Thanks to the support of the United Way, I'm able to achieve my dreams and become a doctor.
If I cannot have the spark, no one shall. Raymond Stone's legacy will end here today.
Firebrand's standing by, but there's no way she can approach with that thing around.
This facility has transferred its primary systems to the combat unit. Damage to this core would cause disruption of all defensive systems, allowing for evacuation of village.
We take out the sector pod, we take out Julie. At least long enough for Firebrand to get us the hell out of here.
I can attempt to weaken the unit's armor with my heavy armament.
Do it.
It's never too early, too late to ask for help with a drinking problem. Alcoholics Anonymous. There is a way out. For more information, visit AA.org and download the meeting right now.
We were talking about the Speaker of the Hungry Speaker of the House, Ryan, you know, the presidential candidate been Romney back in 2012, and we were also talking about this move toward populist leaders and this hitting on governments in power and incumbency in general. We see it benevolent in Britain, we see it throughout much of Europe, and they're, of course, focused on both the party philosophies. When you hear that, Speaker, that Donald Trump is part of this way, many argue this way, is
the elections are pretty. I don't consider that surprising, frankly. I think what you're running up against is a decade of woke, social policies and progressive economics, which just don't produce. They're slow capabilities. Well, you could say the Tories are in government, but they didn't really like conservatives. I would take an issue with Tory governments, which Liz Truss actually for the supplies I packaged through had a problem. So the Tories went back to green economics and high taxes, and they didn't really want conservative economics, but they weren't good at it. So that's what I would say. My point is, in the economy, you basically seen a situation where we have digitized world government, and this has now become so pervasive. And you've got a reaction against both social policies and progressive economics, which is not producing anything but inflation and joblessness and stagnant wages and no affordability. And so it's no wonder you see a reaction against that. Now there's some parties over there in Europe that I think are farther right, that are farther more, pretty ugly. But a lot of that center right, I think, is going to see a resurgence. I think CDU and CSU in Germany is going to do well in their upcoming elections. This was a harbinger of that. So I guess that you're going to see more rights that are, the government's taking over. Here, it's harder to say what's going to be like. I think this election.
Well, what would a Donald Trump-led wave like that on steroids potentially in this country be?
A lot of the Trump economics I like. I don't like the tariffs. I don't think the across-the-board tariffs are a good idea. I think that's inflationary. It's going to make us. It's going to lower our living standards and make us less competitive. But with respect to regulations, I'm pleased with that. I think it's fantastic on tax policy. I think what really worries me about the next presidency is whoever gets elected president, they're both policy not tackling debt. And we have a likely debt crisis coming in this country, just like the other first world countries have. We were talking about this off air, which is all the first world countries have the same issue. Baby boomers retiring, and unfunded entitlements coming due, and massive amount of debt. And when all the first world countries are pushing this debt out in the market, that they will be doing for as long as we can see, and we have no serious answer to get that debt under control, that could really go.
Just as bad as Democrats.
I want to say Republicans, I think the guys running for president are just as bad. Although a lot of Republicans
let me answer that, because back in 2010, you were the National Fiscal Responsibility Reform what was sets into this programs. And we were looking at about $13 billion in advertising with for 33, 34 billion. It's out of the ball.
And the next 8 years, the Republicans held Congress. Every single session we passed a budget, our House that balanced the budget, paid off the debt. And we touched all the priorities. We raised the retirement age. We means tested entitlements. We converted Medicare to a premium support system. We did all those tough things in those budgets that said this is how you get the debt under control and pay off the debt.
But debt still rose.
But none of us understood it didn't have to
rose. I understand, but it rose under George Bush. The Democratic presidents, Republican, no one can fix it.
No, you can't fix it if you have a political will. We don't have a political will right now. We don't have serious politics right now. It's my biggest complaint, policy-wise, of whoever's going to be the next president, because they're both running against doing something about this. That's my fear. I think the only way out of this, given the politics of where they are today, is to have a political commission. But he did not. The Wilsons didn't work because that was not a statutory commission. The Green Sky Commission of Social Security, where Congress cannot conduct it, cannot avoid it, they have to vote on it. That's the best shot we're going to get.
Republicans, Democrats were spending too much, and too much debt, and vice versa. And if we don't get past that, it takes a brainstorm to say we have to do something about raising retirement, we have to do all this, because that's political suicide, and Donald Trump doesn't want to touch that.
I know, that's what I regret. It's not political suicide. I didn't contact the elections myself, so the Donnie Black Tom Price. In the House Republicans, for 8 years, we passed those votes. We had those votes. We didn't order any of it. Yeah, but we still won our election. No, it was somebody that I My point is, we don't have serious politics right now, and we have a debt crisis coming, and we've got to do something about that. Fiscal Commission is probably the best bet, given that we don't have a institution on the horizon to do something about it.
Whoever's elected in the next term.
I think it's likely. Likely is probably a strong word. I think it's very, very possible. Once we're done cutting interest rates, let's just say you're a finance guy, 2026, we're done cutting, the Federal Reserve's done cutting interest rates, and then we're still floating all of these bonds with every other country doing the same thing. It is very conceivable that one of our treasury options, or more than one of our treasury options, fails. That's when the Federal Reserve probably steps in and monetizes our debt. That's when you have a dollar crisis. That's when the dollar is a really conservative currency is called into inflation. We could lose. And that's when you turn on Congress and you have to do radical budget surgery then to try and get out of that crisis. What does radical budget surgery mean? It means cutting people's benefits. If you act ahead of this problem, my mother-in-law used to always say a stitch at time saves 9. If you step ahead of this problem, you can solve the insolvency of the entitlement programs without affecting anyone's benefits who are on them today. It's prospective. Take my X generation at 54. Just take 55 and below. Reform the program so it's different when we retire, so that solvents. That means you can guarantee people in their retirement the benefits that they have coming due to them. The promises government made them. If you actually do it now, the problem is doing what I just said. You lay yourself out there for ridicule. You lay yourself out there for political shots. And invariably, the political demagoguery makes it look like you're taking something away from people. The dirty little secret in all of this is Medicare and Social Security are going insolvent on their own. That means they go bankrupt. That means current seniors do get the benefits cut if we do nothing. That's the problem. But what if it took me like 8 sentences to explain all this? That's the challenge when we have unserious power.
54 years old, I have ties so good to me, by the way. So you have a great future. I mean, if you ever want back in politics, will the party ever be the same? Or will it be the guys like you? Because you're just, according to the former president, a clueless rat.
Yeah, I mean, in 25 years, I'll still be younger than Reagan. So, but I'm an anti-establishment Republican. I'm a conservative Republican, a classical liberal, free market conservative Republican. That is not even
almost the vice president of the United States. What happened?
250,000 votes in 3 states. We didn't win.
And what do you think was? Was it Mitt Romney dropping the ball?
We ran against Barack Obama, who didn't get blamed for the bad economy that we did.
So it's more than uphill fight for Republicans.
I believe I would have loved it if Hillary Clinton or 2012.
Yeah. So, I mean, you dated Joe Biden back in 2012, 12 years ago. That man versus the man you see today.
Different guy. What's one? I've known Joe Biden for 20, 25 years. He's just aged very quickly. He's aged a lot. The guy I debated 10 years, 12 years ago is not the same guy yet.
Do you think you could make it to a second term? Please speak. When you look at it, the way you respond thing, does it worry you that someone else is pulling the string?
Well, I think, let me just say it this way. The Wisconsinites that voted for him, he won in Wisconsin by 20,000 votes. 53,000 Wisconsinites voted for all the Republicans running for Congress, but not for Trump because they didn't like him, his character. 20,000 of those 53,000 Wisconsinites voted for Biden. He won the state by 20,000 votes. Those suburbanites, basically college-educated suburbanites in my own congressional district and the other congressional districts at North Line, they thought he was a martyr. That's not what he is. That's not what he did. He's chasing the wrong voters, frankly. If he was, he's not asking me for political advice, but if he were, I'd say, why did you not move to the middle and become the moderate that you said you would be? He moved to the left. He gave the keys to the progressives. That's why I'm not a Biden supporter. Among the reasons why I'm not a Biden supporter. And he went hard left. He's left on Israel. He's left on foreign policy. He's left on tax policy. I think the IRA was just a bunch of commercial policy that's not very effective. And he's walking us toward a debt crisis as well. So that's the frustration that I and the majority of Americans have, which is we don't like either of these choices. But the question for Biden, to your point, is I think there's two things people are thinking. Can this guy go the full second term? Nobody knows the answer to that, but it's a question that's a legitimate question that raises doubts. And he isn't the moderate I thought he was. So that question, if you're doing political prognostication, is what are those 20,000 Wisconsinites? Basically, Trump won, if I'm doing this off the top of my head, he won 16 by 25,000 votes. Biden won Wisconsin by 20,000 votes. We're one of 5 states that went for this election. Probably no more than 300,000 people from the country would have voted this election. 5 or 6 states. So that's the question. What do they think then?
Finally, a lot of intrinsically dislike you, Mr. Green. They think you're pulling the strings here at Fox. You're part of this anti-Trump, never-Trumper movement. They even equate me with you to say that, all right, there's a kindred spirit. And obviously Donald Trump is saying that you should be fired by the when you hear all of that, what do you say? I've been in politics a long time. I'm really thick skinned, and frankly, actually, I don't think about it. You're a very thin, fit guy. Yeah, I don't think about it. I literally don't think about it. No. Does he ever raise it? Okay, you're not popular. No. Yes, we raise it with you, but no. Not no. It's just the unspoken issue. Yeah. Free country. It is that I want. It is that. Paul Ryan, very good seeing you. The former Speaker of the House, keep in mind, we're going to be looking at all of the stuff he was talking about, particularly when it comes to the possibility of the dollar and loans and all that we focus on every day that goes beyond politics and simple dollars and cents. I think I could speak before the former Speaker to say this isn't about red and blue, this is about a lot of green.
Setting course for the Arctic.
You know, if you were cash back, you could earn on everything with just one card. Checks Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racket or crab cracking, you're cash back. Cash back on blackjacks, baby back, and tacos at the taco shack.
I'm working on my 6-pack.
Switch to a king suite. Silent retreat. Silent retreat. Hold up. Here. I can't talk right now. Cash back on everything you got. Checks Freedom Unlimited. Or anything. How do you cash back? Checks. Big Four Patrol.
My husband and I own a growing beverage company. We rely on e-commerce and digital tools to build our business and launch new products. Thanks to American investments in AI, we're using this technology to run our business more efficiently. Artificial intelligence is a game changer. I'm excited that the U.S. is leading the world in its development. Our leaders should continue to protect America's competitive edge, to strengthen small businesses like ours.
Switch to Shopify so you build it better. Scale is faster. And sell more. Much more. Take your business to the next stage when you switch to Shopify.
My hair is thinning all around my hairline.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol. It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
My hair is long, thicker.
Nutrafol with longevity.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com.
Progressive makes it easy to save with the commercial auto loan online. so you can move back to your monster to-do list. Get a quote at progressivecommercial.com.
Did you know taking Xylitol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. You wise old, take Xylitol at night.
Arthritis pain? We say, not today. Tylenol 8-Hour Arthritis Pain has 2 layers of relief. The first is fast. The second is long-lasting. We give you your day back so you can give it everything. Tylenol, no doctor for arthritis pain. 20 seconds a week to lose 20% of your weight in a year with diet and exercise. That's the power of GLP-1s through Row. Connect with a provider today at row.co/20.
If you're shopping for a home, Realtor.com's Real Commute tool lets you find homes close to work, school, even grandma's house. Don't all have to do that? Not really. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust.
Why would I use kayak to compare hundreds of travel sites in one step? I like to do things myself. I can't trust anything else to do the job right. Kayak, it's one and done.
Yeah, the worst nightmare. Your car broke down. Now you're worried if it's going to cost you a fortune to repair it. Unless you already called cars. The legit #1 auto protection company in the country. When you're protecting the plant through Car Shield, the process is smooth like that. And done in the 3 steps. 1. First, the tow truck takes your car to the shop. The cost of towing, covered. You got a plan for the car. Next, you probably need to get around while your vehicle is being repaired, right? 2. Plans through Car Shield and rental car options too. Then comes the best part. 3. When you pick up your vehicle, you don't have a big repair bill to worry about. Car Shield administrators get your custom repairs paid directly to the shop, so you're back on the road with no worries. Call now. Get an affordable plan with Car Shield for your vehicle before it's too late. When you call Car Shield when you got a small problem like a power window motor that could cost a few $100s, or a big problem like an engine or transmission that could cost you thousands of dollars, you're taken care of. Car Shield is the #1 auto protection company in the country, and their administrators have paid out more than $1 billion in auto repairs. That's the choice that gives you the Car Shield guarantee. Your rate never goes up, and your coverage never goes down, no matter how many claims you have. Look, it's inevitable. As your car truck ages, the parts and components are gonna fail. It's not worth the risk. Call Car Shield now.
Wait until your car breaks down. It's too late. Call Car Shield for coverage on up to 5,000 parts and get the Car Shield guarantee, where your rate never goes up and your coverage never goes down, no matter how many claims you have. Call 800-991-1467. 800-991-1467.
Right, as you heard, Hunter Biden's gun trial is now done, and now we're awaiting sentencing on the guilty charges on those 3 gun counts that could put him in jail for 25 years. Extremely unlikely, but there's another train that's coming down the track, and that is this federal tax trial. Trey Gavin here to put it in perspective. Sunday Night in America. That's a great show. He is so good at just talking to people, but hearing them out. He joined us right now. All right, so Trey, play this out. First off, the president not saying a heap about it today. That's his prerogative, of course, but did that surprise you?
Well, there's not much to say. A jury of 12 of his peers. I mean, look, Neil, if you like cliffhangers, this wasn't your case. I mean, even I, as rusty as I am, could have won this case as a prosecutor. It really is simple. Did you lie on an application to purchase a firearm? And the answer is yes, because you were both an addict and an unlawful user. I mean, you only have to prove one or the other. It's actually both, because there are no lawful users of cocaine base or crack cocaine. Did you possess a firearm while you were an addict or an unlawful user? This case ain't talking, by the way, Neil. It's a tax case. All the things in the world that you and I can agree on. When you have to pay taxes by is one of them. I mean, the calendar dictates that. So in this case, you need a calendar and the absence of a tax return. It's an easy case. It's a because it when that happens, now he has a record, a criminal record here. I'm going to deal with it. I don't know what he's going to do. So that could complicate the prison sentence around that, if it comes to, right? Well, his criminal history was certainly higher. He actually was officially convicted when he sentenced. I think what's going to happen, I have any inside information other than I used to be a prosecutor and I used to be a politician, I guess. I think he's going to plead guilty to the tax case. He's going to save all the salacious details of how he committed that money. Sentencing will be postponed until after the presidential race. And his father's going to pardon him. I hear all these talk about him. He's really not a kid. He's 54 years old. I tell you right now, my mama loves me as much today at age 59 as she did the day I was born. You don't ever stop being a parent. I don't think his dad's going to watch him go to federal prison, even if he had to do it before the election. But he doesn't. He can do it afterwards. And that's what he's going to do, I think. He's a problem.
But there are differences.
And in his other position, thank you very much.
Being pulled directly from the advent.
We have a lot more coming back here, but I do want to pass along this inside of the box can now confirm that you can stand nationals and actually terrified were arrested at a border crossing. We don't know much more than that. But as you can say, last time I checked on the globe, is nowhere near our border. How did that happen?
Removing the command from the network has likely caused significant damage.
Right now, cells in dirt are settling deep in your carpet fibers. Stanley Steamer removes the dirt you see and the dirt you don't. Your carpets are clean under your Stanley Steamer plate.
Somehow improved.
Our biggest challenge? Uncertainty. If these surcharges, who knows what to expect? Try shipping to your advantage.
Keep it simple with clear upfront pricing.
With USPS Brand Advantage.
These bills are crazy. She has no idea she's sitting on a gold mine. She doesn't know that if she owns a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, she can sell all or part of it to Coventry for cash, even a term policy. Even a term policy?
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
To find out if you're sitting on a gold mine, call Coventry Direct today at 800-496-9200 or visit CoventryDirect.com.
I got injured very bad. I was on board for about a year. I heard about Relief Factor from my wife. I took it every day, 3 times a day, for 3 weeks. Looked at her and I said, the pain is gone. And she said, I'm glad it helped. I said, no, you don't understand. It's gone.
You too can feel better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Call or go online now and get 35% off your first order.
Hey, overall, no food's at the dinner table.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just Noble Gold Investments. I bought some gold for the kids.
Finally.
Well, the gold you bought me gives me so much security in this economic disaster we're having. I want that done too.
Well, I've been investing with Noble Gold Investments for years. I'm pretty sure they can wait until after lunch. Invest in something critical. Invest in Noble Gold. Visit NobleGoldInvestments.com.
I will send word as soon as we have something of note.
Breakfast looks delicious, as always. Having a chauffeur car plane side helps keep me on schedule. Jeff, with all the plane shortages, did you ever move anyone? I never have any trucks. I simply pick a plane, and I'm ready to dive into my destination. I'm ready for my meeting. Do we have a deal? Let's trip the meeting today. Back it and don't miss out on the most important moments of your life. For a complimentary flight.
Attention talcum powder users. Have you had ovarian or gynecological cancer? A proposed $8 billion plan will pay those who believe they got sick from using talcum products like Johnson's Baby Powder and Shower to Shower. Johnson & Johnson maintains that its products are safe and do not cause cancer or other illnesses. You have until July 26, 2024 to vote to accept or reject the plan. For more information, visit officialtalcplanes.com or call 888-431-4056.
Hunter Biden, guilty after the verdict on gun charges inside the possible sentence for the president's son.
Actually.
Analysis on a game-based prime timeline up tonight.
When it comes to drugs, how much freedom is too much for kids? Drugs are out there. Will my team feel free to say no around other kids? I didn't live drug-free when I was younger.
Commander will need
And
to
I admit
completely
that to my
scan this
kids.
region before we can
Drugs
establish
worry
contact
me,
with the
but
local
how can I
resistance.
feel free to talk about it with my
Stick around
kids?
and finish the job of the
Questions about drugs and kids? Call or chat to get real-time support.
The day the bandits killed my family and left me deaf and mute. The mission is simple. Make the bandit boys pay for what they've done.
Here comes the hop-up.
Clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada. Squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Alright, we're just getting this video in under my catching up and getting a chance to meet his dad. Just with the over with this court case that wrapped up today with the jury convicting the president's son on these 3 gun counts that scandal landed in jail for the better part of a couple of decades. Unlikely though that may seem, the latest right now from Julie Turner at the White House. Julie?
President Biden is touching down imminently in Wilmington, Delaware, after headlining an event from a gun safety advocacy group earlier today. Every town. The event came at a moment that could not really be worse for the president, at least in terms of optics. He was seen to be advocating for gun control laws that his son has now been convicted of violating. The president did put out a statement earlier in the day, just after the verdict was released. It says, quote, as I said last week, I'm the president, but I'm also a dad. Jill and I love our son, and we're proud of the man he is today. As I also said last week, I will accept the outcome of this case and continue to respect the judicial process as Hunter considers an appeal. Jill and I will always be there for Hunter and the rest of our family with our love and support. Nothing will ever change that. Now, it's notable the president's statement mentioned that Hunter is considering moving forward with an appeal to overturn his conviction. This coming even before Hunter's own defense team confirming that. We already know the president has no plans to pardon Hunter. Take a listen.
As we sit here in Normandy, your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome for what it is?
Yes.
Have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
The White House canceled today's previously scheduled briefing, citing the president's travel. That being his last-minute decision to spend tonight in Wilmington, Delaware. Early tomorrow morning, he's going to head to Italy to represent the U.S. at the G7 leaders summit there. It's notable that the White House did not have a briefing now for 11 days, none today, and with the president heading overseas, it's going to be several more days until we will have a briefing here from the podium.
Amazing. Julie Turner, thank you. To her point, it's a very different dilemma right now with the guy who was running against Paul Ryan, when they were both in that vice presidential debate. Even Paul Ryan admitted, not the same guy, not the same man. It's this.
Everybody understands you.
Shooting a city client uses the city's financial expertise to help fund its growth and its supply chain. So more pet parents can get everything they need right where they need it. To be more pets, families have home. Plans for the life progress.
Except to help people with asthma breathe better as well as 2 weeks. So this is better. Look at this. It makes me as a specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's
prevent breathing problems. It can cause allergic reactions in the east of ear. Tell your doctor right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection.
Oh, one day. Oh shit, not gonna work.
Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
For years, I've been sharing how Crater Race has helped my skin look smoother, firmer, and younger. And now the system I love, almost a decade, is even better.
Now you can transform your skin from this to this with new Crater Race Ultra. Crater Race really works. That's why real women have given it thousands of rave reviews. It's the celebrity secret to younger and sexier looking skin.
Crater Race Ultra has taken years off my skin. The results have been magnificent.
And now, new and improved Crater Race Ultra is the best system ever.
It's clinically shown to instantly improve the look of dry, crepey skin.
Crater Race Ultra is something I recommend to my patients because it works.
And now there's more big news from Crater Race.
Introducing the Ultra Smoothing Neck Repair, an all-new breakthrough solution for the hard-to-treat skin on your neck. With age-defying results you just see to believe. And you can get it today as a free gift with your order.
This is my community and reviews for the neck. Results are incredible.
Today, you can get the new Crater Race Ultra system for only $49.95. And we'll give you Ultra Smoothing Neck Repair for free.
And we'll also give you this customer favorite, the luxurious 4-in-1 line smoothing capsule for your face. Free.
That little capsule is a power.
It's offer ever. When you order today, we're going to double your free gift, a $76 value.
There's never been a better time to try Crater Race. Get all this, a $143 value for only $49.95. Plus free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee.
If you're seeing the signs of crepey skin, don't wait. Now you could do something and your results are guaranteed or your money back.
This is a limited time offer that will not last.
Call 1-800-915-8121 or go to CraterRaceUltra.com. Order right now.
This bathroom's so musty.
Take this new fast acting drop-in tap and traps excess moisture, eliminating musty odor.
Hi, Grandma. I played baseball today.
That's great.
I gotta save this.
First base.
That's where Grandpa used to play.
When our hearing wouldn't allow us to use the regular phone, it made us feel isolated.
It became difficult to communicate with our friends and family.
Clear Captions was an easy solution for us.
Clear Captions provides captions on a phone, like captioning on
Looks important too.
what the caller is saying.
Excellent.
As they
See you guys next time, alright?
To understand and respond immediately.
There is no insurance or Medicare required. Clear Caption service is provided at no cost to you through a federally funded program. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone, all at no cost to you.
We give your loved ones the independence and connection they deserve.
Call now to see if you qualify to get a Clear Captions phone at no cost to you. Call 1-800-979-0270. That's 1-800-979-0270.